YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this video right here comes straight out of New York City, the Bronx that is. But anyway, you have a student who's basically was bullied by another student, and he chose to take matters in his own hands, and the results are quite deadly what ended up happening. Now for those of you who remember going to school and you remember how it used to feel for as peer pressure, you want to fit in with certain crowds and certain people, but you also remember going to school and having to fight. Some of us, I know me personally, I had to get down a few times. You know, your boy had to get in there and get busy a few times because, you know, they took my color for a joke. They were like, oh, that light-skinned boy ain't about nothing, until I dropped them B's on him. But anyway, this guy basically was bullied, and he didn't see any other options that was available at the time to keep him from taking someone's life. So I'm finna read this snippet from the story, and as we go, I will give my opinion also. It says, bullied student stabs 15-year-old classmate to death with switchblade at a Bronx high school. A bullied teen who was tired of being antagonized. I don't know why they don't have this stuff written right. A bullied teen who was tired of being antagonized armed himself with a switchblade and stabbed his 15-year-old classmate to death inside their Bronx high school classroom. Now, 15 years old, bullying people. And we know around that time when they get around 13, 14, that's when, you know, what the old folks say, they start smelling themselves. And either the girls, they get fast, or the guys, they get very violent, want to be little gangsters. But isn't that sad that you have 15-year-olds in a high school fighting and one of them getting killed, stabbed to death? You know, like some that you see on a street corner. But this is what I tell you about raising your children right, raising them to respect other people. Because just because you think you're the toughest person on the block, don't mean you ain't met Larry, Jim, Sue, or Kim, or whoever else, because there's always somebody badder than you. And you going to mess around and run up on that person who's badder and crazier than you if you don't learn to humble yourself. So, you know, nobody likes a bully. I don't like a bully. But at the same time, you have to be smart. You know, now, the weapon wasn't necessary. You could have picked up something and hit him. You know, I guess he just had enough, you know. But let's continue. It said the incident happened during history class. Out of all classes, history. That's the boringest damn class. That and I think reading. Matthew McCree had flicked a pencil at his classmates moments before he was attacked in a fifth floor classroom at the Urban Assembly School for Wildlife Conservation. What kind of damn school is that? They going to study be damn zoologists? Anyway. Ariane LeBoy, a 16-year-old who came to McCree's defense, was also slashed and remains hospitalized in critical condition. So somebody was trying to come get the boy off of him from stabbing him to death, and he ended up getting cut too. That's why when people pulling out knives and shit, get you a stick or something, or get a desk if you in the school. Don't run your ass over there and try to break up nobody swinging a damn blade. You might get your damn throat slit. And I ain't don't care who it is. I'm gonna throw something at you. It might put some hot water on you, but I'm not finna run my ass over there and try to break up no knife fight and a gunfight. Neither gunfight. I'm just gonna say pray and haul ass the other way. You know, for a knife fight, you gotta throw something. Don't run over there, because I've seen too many people get their jaw slashed open, their arms slashed open. Hell with that, you end up getting hurt worse than the people that was trying to get at and get attacked. Now, police arrested 18-year-old Abel Cedeno, who sources said was being bullied at school. Cedeno told detectives the two stabbed teens were harassing him for a while. The fight occurred around 10:50 a.m., about 20 minutes into their third period history class, when McCree tossed a pencil at Cedeno, who had gotten up to leave the room. So he just kept messing with this guy, but still though, that still don't give you a right to stab somebody to death. Now I know that this guy probably wasn't, no problem to it. Now I know he wasn't in his right mind, but at the same time, you have to be really pushed forward to have that much rage and aggression in you to bring a knife to school also, and then to stab somebody right there in the middle of the class, you know, for flicking pencils or whatnot. Now, bully is being bullied. I understand that. But murder is murder also. The pencil missed hitting Cedeno, but when the older teen turned, McCree stepped up to bully him again. That's when everything happened, said horrified classmate Jamarlin Collin, 16, who witnessed the bloodbath. As the two fought, students tried to break up the fight and hold Cedeno back, but he broke free and pulled a knife from his front pocket. He stabbed McCree, then turned his knife on LeBoy. Everybody just stood back, Colin recalled. A few of them were holding Matthew. A few of them were holding towels on the wound. All the kids was crying and screaming. Like pretty much chaos in the damn room. Where's the teacher at? Did the teacher step outside? Had to go to the bathroom? Where was the damn teacher? She said Cedino just went crazy, which a lot of them do these days. I wonder why. Paramedics rushed the two injured teens to St. Barnabas Hospital, where McCree succumbed to his fatal wounds. The boy is in critical condition with stab wounds to his chest, arm, and flank. Damn, he was just stabbing left and damn right. And that's a damn sharp-ass knife, too. This is the first time in nearly 25 years that a student was killed inside a city school, officials said. After the chaos, Cedino walked out of the class and willingly gave up his 3-inch spring action swing blade knife to a school official. He then sat in the principal's office waiting for police to arrive. The team was interviewed at the 48 Precinct Station House on Wednesday. No charges had been filed. And they're going to protest this, watch. Even though they said he was bullied, this and that, but the fact it was a murder involved, that's going to be a pretty tough case right there to crack right there. But just because you're being bullied, let's make one thing clear. Just because you being bullied, it's not like the guys were coming behind him, hitting him up in the face with their fists or picking up weapons trying to hit him. But if somebody flick a pencil at you or they saying verbal stuff to you, you cannot go to school with a knife and stab them to death. You cannot do that. That's not enough justification for that. It's not gonna fly, I don't think. Now, family friend Norma Perez says Cedino's mother is stuck in Puerto Rico in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria and couldn't be by her arrested son's side. The hell she's doing there, and why is he up here? She's stuck in there because of the storm, said Perez. She must be really worried. Perez said she didn't know what happened at the school, but didn't believe Cedino could be so violent. We say that about a lot of people, but them be the violent ones. He's a good kid. He would never do anything like that, she said about Cedino. I just know that he's not a violent person. And also, a lot of other people are not violent also. But this is the talk that you all should have with your children also. If your children feeling like somebody is bullying them, number one, you go to the teacher. The teacher can't solve it. Go to the principal. Principal can't solve it. Get your parents involved. Get your parents to come up there and get them other kids' parents, because they have parents. Because trust me, no 15-year-old, no 16-year-old, no 14-year-old, 17-year-old staying by their damn self and going to a high school. So they have parents or a guardian around. Get the damn guardian up there. Get they little badass in there. And get your parents, get your children up in there. And y'all have a discussion, and lay it all out on the table. Because a lot of this stuff can be prevented. But at the same time, what if that don't work? Then you go to the next step. Then you get the police involved. Because, if anything happened to my child, I want you to know. We done came to y'all for help. Y'all have not offered any relief, any help of any sort. So if something happens, And once they like, okay, because my child is being bullied, we trying to go about it the right way. You want to do it all the right way. Exalt all other options before you have to get violent. That's the rule number one. That should be your rule in anything else. The last thing you want to do with anybody is take their life. Avoid that person if you can. If you can't reason with the person, avoid them. If you can't avoid them, go through them. You know what go through them mean. That's just the way it is. But I know what it feels like for people to try to bully. I ain't never had nobody bully me, because I used to try to fight. I used to fight the bullies, but I never agreed with that. And I never agreed with the fact that you have children who's at this stage in their life, and that's really where it's critical at right there. Those years, because by the time they get to college, they somebody else. And a lot of times high school, but that elementary and that middle school and high school, that's the most important developmental stages of your child's life. So that's when you want to be really hands-on with your children, being there every step of the way if you can, because I stayed at the school. But at the same time, you want to let them know, look, I got your back, but we have to do it the right way. Let their parents know. Let them know if something happened to my child, it's going to be a problem. So we're addressing it head on. That's what real men and real women do. You do not let your children go to school and they telling you somebody's jumping on me. Because the way these kids pulling out guns and killing each other, your child just might leave that house and get shot down in that street that day. And then your child tried to warn you, then that's going to be on your heart forever. It might drive you to kill yourself. If you losing your baby like that. So Don't take anything for granted. Listen to your children, but at the same time, make sure they're telling the truth also, because a lot of them be bullies they damn self. And you tell them, if you see them bullying, if you see them being mean, stop that shit. Don't do that. You don't treat people like that. You treat people the way you want to be treated. Instill those values in your children. Hopefully they would turn out all right. If not, put some on their ass. And if you can't put some on their ass, send them somewhere where they can get something put on their ass, because you spare the rod, you're going to spare that child. You know what I'm saying? You're going to spoil that child. Anyway, make sure you hit that like button. It's sad this young man had to lose his life, but that's one of the lessons you would learn for trying to be bad and not humbling yourself, even though he was a young guy. But hey, when you go looking for a fight, you better be careful, because you just might be the victim. You might come out the worst one on the whole ordeal. Make sure you hit that like button. You like, subscribe. Till next time, stay blessed. I'm out.